Hey everyone, it's Philip and Mary Beth, and we are doing our Saturday virtual wine tasting tour. And today
We're coming to you from Solana Beach,
yeah,
where it's 72 degrees and sunny right now. It's beautiful.
really in Southwest Escondido, it's about 96 degrees and really, really hot. But let's just pretend we're at Carruth, and we are totally excited to be at Carruth Urban Winery. So today we're featuring urban wines of San Diego. How many wineries does Carruth Cellars have, Philip?
One winery. but-
Tasting rooms,
Yeah,
sorry.
they have two tasting rooms, one in actually Little Italy and one in Carlsbad, and then their main hub is on Cedros in Solana Beach.
And I think that was the first place, was Cedros in
Yep.
Solana Beach, which is such a great art district and a great place to go for live music at the Belly Up. And the one that's down on Kettner, the Carruth Cellars on Kettner, is super cool. It has an outdoor garden.
Yeah.
Really fun. And they do charcuterie for you. You can order like snacks and nibbles, and it's dog friendly. I don't know if the Cedros one is dog friendly, but for sure the one
I think it is.
on Kettner is.
Yeah.
And then the other thing about this one, so what are we going to drink?
Well, today we're going to drink a Sauvignon Blanc, which we'll get to in just a second, but just a little interesting history. Actually, Adam Carruth, who is the owner winemaker, he's a native San Diegan. So he went to Carlsbad High School. After that, he went to UC Riverside, picked up a little passion for making beer. So he was brewing beer during college up at UC Riverside. And from there, he actually moved to Sonoma.
Okay.
And he took viticulture up there, and so with some friends started making some wine while he was living up there. And he ended up moving back down to San Diego in 1991. No, that was 1991 when he was still up there. He moved back down to San Diego in 2001, and he started making wine from his backyard. And in 2006, he went professional. He got the property there on Cedros, started there, and has expanded since then. And I got to tell you, since the first time I went there, the wines were decent, but they've become really, really good. We really enjoy their wines now, so it's definitely something you want to try.
And they've been around long enough that both Philip and I did not go there for the first time together. So
Yeah,
that's how long it's been
true.
around. And Philip and I are about to celebrate 7 years of officially dating on May 12th, which is also my dad's birthday.
Yep.
And he
In
would
fact,
be...
7 years ago today was our fourth time hanging out together.
That's so funny. So tell us more about this wine.
Okay, well, this wine, it's actually, which is a little near and dear to my heart, because I went to college up in Napa Valley, and I used to love going up to the Lake County. And the grapes for this particular wine come from Clear Lake, which was a fun hangout spot when I was in college sometimes. So this Sauvignon Blanc, it's very light and crisp. It's really refreshing. It's a great wine. Not like some, Sauv Blancs can be a little green or a little grassy, even a little sour, some of the ones, but
Well,
this
I'm gonna
is not
taste it
like
'cause it's-
that. So you're going to love it, and it is warm.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to our 7th anniversary of our 4th hanging out together
Which
experience.
was at the Kraken. Of course, the first 6 times we hung out together was
That
at
is
the
really
Kraken.
good. So
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you a little bit about food. So one of the things that happens every single time we go to the Wrench and Rodent, which everybody who knows us knows that is by far the best sushi restaurant on the planet Earth. And we have literally had clients, Ralph and Stephanie Duskin, on a Friday night in the rain, drive from East County, all the way to Oceanside. The owner of Coldwell Banker West, Peter, and his wife Yvonne, they drove from East Lake, actually, in Chula Vista area, all the way up to Oceanside to have dinner with us at the Wrench and Rodent. And every time we go, we drink this exact wine. So
Always
it
get
always
at
is
least
such a
one
good
bottle.
memory. Yeah. So this pairs very nicely, obviously, with sushi.
Fantastic.
Like a Dover sole it's really good with. You notice there's an artichoke here. I'm going to learn how to make artichokes this week on It's What's Cooking. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to learn.
And I'm going to learn how to eat them.
And then we have tonight black cod from Mitch's Seafood and asparagus. And this wine pairs very, very nicely. Ooh, I don't have a napkin over here. Pairs very, very nicely with like kind of the green grilled vegetables, bok choy, like we got from Chef K at Thai Society. So this would be really good with Thai food as well. So again, I'm going to have one more sip before we
Sure, let's
go
do
to the
that.
next hangout. So
So we're going to head all the way to Escondido now, where it's warm and toasty.
oh gosh, okay.
All right.
So we're going from 72 degrees at the coast on Cedros
To 92 here.
to 92 degrees in Escondido. So Urban Winery. Hang on, I have to make sure we have our seatbelts on. Down Del Dios Highway. All of a sudden, you show up and you are at BK Cellars. We love BK Cellars.
New discovery since our friends the Espinosas went to Spain. You know, we had to branch out and try.
And
new
we're
things.
super happy we did. In fact, I was telling you a second ago, on May 12th, it will be our 7-year anniversary. We'll be 101 years old on that day. My boy dog, who is up in with my dad, he also has that birthday. So we have like a big thing on May 12th.
It's a big deal.
But the owner of this winery, his name is Joe. And I want to tell you a little story about what he did. So we're trying to support all of our local wineries, all of our local restaurants throughout our quarantine. And he shipped, you know, we went online and bought 2 bottles of wine that we wanted to feature. And we already had some of the wine here at the house. And it sat out in the sun, and the shipping department is the one on the air side of that. He drove down from beyond North County, like Orange County area, this morning, and by 8:30 he delivered wine to our door because he wanted to make sure that we had it and that it was good and not ruined by the sun. So
By the sun. Yeah, that was very cool.
and then the other thing, you're going to talk about the winery, but I emailed Joe and I said, Joe, oh my gosh, your name is the same name as my dad, and BK, my mom, Bernie Kavakovic, that's her initials. But Philip's going to tell you what BK Cellars stands for.
So of course, when we were at the winery the first time, we had to ask, because why not, right? Why ask what's the deal with the name? And he goes, you know, it's like when you start a winery, you think you're going to get into it because you can get, you know, make wines cheaper than you can buy it and so forth. And he said, but really what happens is, he goes, you end up going bankrupt typically, you know? So he called it BK, which is short for bankrupt, and calls it BK Cellars because he thought he would see his money dwindling out the door. But so far he's been around, what was it, 6 years, I think was
so.
his anniversary. Yep. When we were there one time for 6 years, I believe. So clearly he's not going to do that. And I got to tell you, it's because he makes great wines.
He does.
So Joe Ames and his wife, Dania, he's the winemaker and the owner, and she's an owner and the general manager. And, you know, they make a pretty good team because their place runs pretty smoothly. They have some great people there to assist and help pour.
We love
They're
people
awesome.
there, yeah.
And so we really enjoy going there. And today we're going to actually taste their rosé. And it's a little off dry. So it's got a little bit of a sweetness to it. We haven't had it for a little while, so I'm anxious to kind of try it.
There it is.
And so this one, all their grapes are pretty much grown throughout California and here in Escondido. So they source almost all their grapes, as does Carruth. They source all their grapes from Northern California, Central California, and actually all the way up into Willamette, Oregon, Willamette Valley. So that's where they are, because they're truly
And that's urban.
bring the grapes to you,
Right.
you know, because that makes them urban.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
So and this wine pairs really well with brie, like a cranberry chutney. We actually have a cranberry relish. It goes very well with like candied almonds, which we have. So we have some brie, some cranberry relish, and it goes really, really well for Thanksgiving.
True,
right?
with your turkey dinner.
With your turkey stuffing, and let me taste.
So you can tell it is a little off dry. It's not as dry as some, and you can really taste like the red apples and strawberries in it, and cherries.
I like it.
Really strong cherry
Yeah.
notes, and I think the red apple too.
That's delicious. And speaking of strawberries, I heard that Valley Farms out in Spring Valley in La Jolla
A little more of that.
has strawberries, like incredible strawberries right now. So if anybody lives in East County or La Jolla, go hit them up. And I bet you Specialty Produce also has strawberries. So anybody, we can support all of our local businesses. This morning I got up and went down to the harbor to buy a bunch of people ahi grade tuna, and the line was like 2.5 miles long. So, as my dad would say, I'm impatient, like a flower.
It's like a flower.
And I was unable to stay as long as I wanted to actually imbibe,
I guess.
on that.
Okay.
So I like this rosé.
Yeah, it's very good.
Now, what are these wines?
Okay, so we have also a Fumé Blanc. I don't know if you're familiar with a Fumé Blanc. Interestingly, they grow a lot of this down in Valle Guadalupe in Mexico, so a lot of the different wineries have them. I've really found it to be nice. Technically, what it is, it's like a Sauvignon Blanc, but it's a little more dry, typically, than a Sauvignon Blanc. We love, love, love this wine. This is a great wine. I think we bought three or four cases of it so far.
We love it.
And this is their Cabernet Sauvignon, also an excellent wine. I have to tell you, we were so pleasantly surprised. They have a lot of different varietals. I mean, when you go there, I think you get to taste like 9, 10, 11 wines.
Oh, and they have sangria, white and red. Sangria.
Excellent sangria. They run out quick, so you got to order that fast when you get there. And I think it's only on Sundays. Maybe it's weekend, but I think it's Sunday.
Right now, you can order it online.
Yeah, and it comes in mason jars, like 32-ounce mason jars. But anyway, we found all of their wines really to be very, amazing. Very good. Really pleasantly surprised. You don't expect that when you've never been someplace, but wow, they're good.
And we go back all the time. So another feature of BK Cellars are dogs and children are allowed as long as they're behaved. Mackenzie sometimes is not behaved, so we have to worry about that. And then again, our friend Alan Iglesias, he performs there.
Yeah.
So we love.
Alan needs to perform some live. We need to have him on our show somehow.
I know. That would be super cool. So here's to BK Cellars.
BK Cellars.
Oh,
we have one more thing we want to share with you. How many times have you ever had company over and you pull the wine glasses out to share some wine and you're embarrassed because your glasses aren't crystal clear? Even though you washed them and dried them, they just still look filmy. We found the best stuff.
Our friend told us about it one day.
Yes, he did. And we probably shouldn't mention names.
No, we won't. Because he's kind of like,
gets
shady.
Shy. He's a little shy. But anyway, it's this stuff right here. I'm going to hold it up close, but it's restaurant clear. This is commercial grade. This is fantastic.
David Dolgan, it better be in your shopping cart before we get to the next winery. You will love it. It cleans vases, anything glass.
Yeah. And it's actually Sommelier recommended. And there's a reason. After you wash it with however you like to wash your glass, if you use soap, make sure you rinse that super clean with super hot water because it can leave a soapy film and taint your wine. But after you're done with that, you literally put one drop of this in there, just a tiny drop, and then you run your hot water and you fill the glass and just let it run over the top, and it runs down the sides and over the bottom. And you do that, then rinse it out real good, and you dry it, and it is spotless, perfect, beautiful every time. It's just phenomenal.
One of the things about this relationship is I've been doing a lot of cooking on it's What's Cooking, and tonight we're having black cod that we got down at Mitch's Seafood, which I already mentioned, and Philip always cleans up. So, on our virtual wine tasting events on Saturdays, which we thought maybe we'd only do once, and now we're on.
This is our fourth
time. That 4 weeks that we've been doing this. All these wine glasses will be dirty, but we made this pledge that we will never wash glasses late at night because we don't want to break them. So he's really good about in the morning just waking up and getting all the wine glasses clean. But honestly, Amazon, you guys will love that product.
And let me tell you, there's still about this much in here, and we've been using this for 2 years.
Easily.
2 years, yep. And there's still this much left. We bought 2 bottles. I think we ended up giving the other bottle away because it's going to take us 3 more years to go through this bottle. It's just the best thing ever. This should be like our pepper. We should have this
like
to
a
give.
hostess gift.
Yeah, like when people come over, we should give them each bottle of this if they're wine drinkers.
Yeah, cool. All right,
cool.
So BK Cellars, Escondido, kind of in an office park kind of strip mall area. It kind of takes you by surprise when you pull in, but a gorgeous vibe. Crystal chandeliers on the ceiling. Art exhibits all the time, so go check it out.
By the way, a reason why it is where it is, as I just discovered this today, was his parents actually own the commercial building that
cool.
he has a suite in for his winery.
That helps.
Yeah. So, that helps not be BK. Right, Joe? So keep it up, buddy. We love your wines.
Okay.
All right.
Next, we are heading to... Oh, this is kind of cool.
I forgot. Where are we going?
I forgot too. Oh my gosh. It's a Forgotten Barrel And it's in Escondido. It's literally like a mile from our house, right? And from Jean and Judy's house.
Yeah,
and
literally
Jean and Judy and the Szynskis, it's always hard to say Jean and Judy. I always want to say Judy. Jean and Judy live like 2 minutes away.
And this is 3 minutes.
And this is 3 minutes, yeah. So we're going to the Forgotten Barrel, which has a lot of history. So fasten your seatbelts. Okay, let's go.
And we're here.
Wow, that was an awesome drive as well. A little more urban, but still nice. And it's also, you know, a winery that has incredibly cool vibe. You know, it's got a wine tasting room, it's got an outdoor patio, then it's got a DG outdoor under this giant tree space where, again, Alan Iglesias has played before. And I bet you our friend Jimmy has played as well. We love Jimmy and Scott. So we are at the Forgotten Barrel right now, and we're going to move into what kind of... You want to tell us first a little bit about the winery?
Sure. Actually, the wine owner, he's not the winemaker, but the owner bought it in 2016. And it's right here in the middle of like a neighborhood. I mean, it's super cool, but it's a huge lot. And when you walk on or drive onto the lot, it's like you're not in a neighborhood. You feel like you're out in the country somewhere. It's so cool. And anyway, he bought it in 2016, started renovations. By the way, it was already a winery. It was called Ferrara Winery, which actually is a historic property now. As of 1989, they designated it historic. And Ferrara Winery, one thing we told you before is, I think last time, prior to Prohibition, San Diego County was a major wine region. And within that, Escondido is even more. It's prolific at this point. So anyway, he started renovating in early 2019 or 17, and by actually June of 2017, he opened for business. And so he's really done a great job. Roger Grove is the owner. And there was a gentleman by the name of John Epler.
Philip's cheating.
Epler. I knew I'd forget his name. So John Epler. Anyway, he was up in Northern California for 30 years, had his own label making wines. He decided to close down. He was thinking about towards retirement, but he moved to Napa, worked with Robert Mondavi. Seems like a lot of these guys work with Robert Mondavi. That's how they got their start. But anyway, he worked with them, and I think another winery as well. But anyway, then he decided to retire and he moved to San Diego. But his passion for wine got the best of him, and so did Roger. So he ended up bringing him in, and he is their winemaker now. It has phenomenal wines, a lot of fun to go there. And today we are going to...
Well, let's talk about this one first.
Okay.
We already tasted a rosé and a white, so now we're going to just tell you about this white, and then we're going to go on to a red.
And again, they have lots of different varietals and some like library wines and stuff. They really have a lot of stuff. This particular one, which we are not drinking today, is Sauvignon Blanc, which we're buying a lot of whites and rosés because we're getting into summer and it's hot. But the grapes are sourced from Napa. Again, they source from Napa, Sonoma, pretty much all over Northern California and San Diego. But this is a Napa wine, the Napa grapes. So they bring it here, and again, they do everything here. They bring the raw grapes here, they crush them, they stem them, they do everything here. And so this is a very, very good wine, which we're not going to drink today. What we are going to drink is a locally grown wine in San Diego
I
County.
didn't know they grew this one here.
Yep.
Oh, wow, how cool.
And that is a Barbera. So why don't you tell them a little bit about Barbera and what it pairs with?
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, gosh, don't make me tell you about the grape. That's your job. Okay. So Barbera is going to be big, and it can go with like a big, roast, ribs, something fatty. Blue cheese would be really, really good with it. But I love pate. I love pate. Philip does not like pate. And I paired the pate with some fig jam. You know, I'm Croatian, and figs are very prominent in Croatia. I have to talk about Croatia. And this little flower came from our garden. So, oh, goodness gracious. Did you say that I made keto cheese crackers yesterday?
I did not say.
Look how cute they are. They came out so much better than the first time I attempted them. So
although they were good the first time too, they were just not pretty.
They were ugly. But these are yesterday's keto, cheddar, Gruyere, cayenne pepper, Tabasco, almond flour, 1 egg, salt and pepper cracker. So, all right, Actually, they're really good crackers, if I do say so
No,
myself.
they are.
Oh, good. I'm
And
making them from now on.
They were a little more chewy the first go around, which was good. It was an interesting texture. These are crispy, more like a cracker.
And we got the recipe from our friend Sandra, who owns a baking business called Sweet Thoughts. So if ever you need to order something, you can order something from Sandra.
Cakes, cupcakes. Very good.
So a couple people asked us if we would post ahead of time the wineries that we're going to be doing so that they can purchase the wines and play along with us. So we haven't decided yet as a team what we're doing for next week, but it's going to be local. I already have some ideas. And we'll post about that so that if anybody wants to participate at 4:30 next Saturday, because I have a feeling we're still going to be here, right?
Oh, we're definitely going to be here.
I mean, we're going to be
I don't
here.
know if we're going to be here, but we're going to be here.
We're going to be here. Exactly. So one more little taste of this Barbera, which is delicious from the Forgotten Barrel.
That's really good.
So we're going to another winery, but before we go, we're going to drive down to Mission Hills for a quick minute. To West Lewis.
I was just going to say, I bet West Lewis is in the card somehow.
Yeah, we're going there. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm going to take my glasses off. Ooh, it's getting warm. Okay.
Like me.
So we're going to fasten our seatbelts and we're going to take a little drive. Oh, it's a little shadier in Mission Hills. And
little
it's
cooler,
Kimono
closer to the
Saturday.
water.
You can tilt that a little bit. It's way too
Down?
goofy. Yeah. There we go. So Jennifer Grace makes these kimonos. You can wear them multiple ways. And one of the ways that I've yet to show you, and I actually do it when I cook, and considering it's what's cooking a lot, these would not be conducive to a kitchen and cooking, correct? You'd catch on fire, you'd make them all dirty and gross, right? So you tie the sleeves together like this, you flip it over your head like that, and then you have this kind of look. So Jennifer Grace, these are sold at Chateau Bellage. Valerie does the Fashion Distraction every day live on Facebook at 2 p.m. or Instagram at 2 p.m. And I ran down there this morning because, again, we're trying to support local. And I told her I needed something nice and bright and cheerful. So, of course, it has orange in it, which makes me happy. So now we're going to head to what is also urban with a little bit country. Okay? So we're headed to Cheval next. Definitely tilt. You're gonna have to tilt. Okay, that camera has to go tilt, tilt, tilt. There we go. A little bit more. My niece from Buffalo, Kathy Lysak, is watching. Hi, Kathy. Can't really see the screen very well, but we are at Cheval, and we love this winery. And you might be able to hear the chickie chews because they're right around the corner here. And if one of them lays an egg, you'll definitely hear the chickie chews. So we're at Cheval, and Jimmy's playing music, and Scott is there, and the owner, Bubba, who's beautiful and gorgeous and loves horses, hence the name, right? Cheval?
Yeah.
So
I think we visited these guys once before, but since they are semi-urban, semi-rural, we went along with them with another episode when we were up in Highland Valley.
yep. Because
So
they're
we
kind of crossover.
We kind of went over a little bit with their history and stuff, but interestingly, Bubba, that's really her nickname. But she was looking for horse property. She has, like amazing show horses and has been doing that for 20 years. And they were actually looking for property for the horses. And they saw the property and fell in love with it. And it happened to have a winery already on it. And
I didn't know
I'm
that.
telling you,
Okay,
just
that's
in
cool.
in Escondido is a major hub. Obviously not the reason we moved to Escondido, just because it's close to like 30 wineries we really like, but it's so good. But anyway, yeah, she started the winery, and now it's become a passion of her, just like the horses. And she's so kind and generous. So much fun. So we love going to Cheval, and they have fantastic wines.
And all the wines are named after a family member. And we were remiss the last time we said that the rosé was named after her mother. It's actually her mother-in-law, Beverly Rose. And they're running some Mother's Day specials, so you should go to their website and check to see what their specials are. They also deliver. Again, all of the wineries here will ship and deliver. Not all of them deliver, but
These guys do if you buy at least 2 bottles.
Yeah,
They'll deliver it to you
yeah.
for free.
and you
In
know,
Escondido. It's in Escondido.
oh, in Escondido.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Might
That's
be a
okay.
shipping
You can
charge
still
if you're
ship
not
it.
in Escondido.
You can still ship.
There's plenty of room here if you like wine.
And then also they have a bed and breakfast there that you can book and stay, which is really cool, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Beverly Rose, the rosé.
That was the one we tasted last time we were there.
Okay.
It's actually a rosé of Pinot Noir.
All right.
And very, very good. We really, that's one of our favorite wines there.
Yeah.
This Melody Zapper Sauvignon Blanc is also one that we really like. Again, it's very smooth, not green and grassy, and it's not sour or anything like that. And then why don't you tell them a little bit about the Maverick, the name. Where's the name come from?
The Maverick is named after Bubba's son.
Yeah,
So that's-
only son, I think,
Only
right?
son,
Yeah.
yep.
Mhm.
So that's pretty special. I think that's really cool.
And the Maverick, it's actually a Sangiovese, and it's grown right there on the estate.
Okay.
So it's a great wine. This is kind of one of their featured wines. I don't know if it's because it's Maverick and named after him, or if it's because they just know how great it is.
It's super great.
Yeah.
And what's neat about this venue is, oh my gosh, you feel like you're in Tuscany.
It's beautiful.
And what's cool, remember I just got done saying it's urban but yet a little country? They do wine dancing on Fridays and Saturdays, and it means
Country music.
It's like packed.
Yeah.
Packed. So that's something really cool to go do. They have a beautiful outdoor area. Our friend Jimmy plays there. He sings, and his husband Scott have become really good friends of ours. And that's what's super cool about all these wineries are all the
Yeah.
friends we make.
Yeah.
Right?
Just connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun. That's probably our favorite. Well, I don't know. It's equally fun meeting new people and drinking the wine.
Yeah. I love that. So
if we were going to have this wine and just want a little snack to go with it, like an appetizer, what would we do?
So I made something 30 minutes ago. I'm like, oh my God, I will make something. I made a big thing of it. But basically what I did is I took olive oil, little heirloom tomatoes cut up, crushed red pepper, basil, some cream cheese because I'm addicted to cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, a little bit of tomato paste, and I just stirred it all together. And then I baked it in the oven, and we've got this like really creamy, like spicy, acidy, which is going to be really, really good with, hang on, I'll have Philip taste it. It's been out here a couple seconds, so the cheese is not, oh, it's pretty stringy. It's pretty stringy. I'll have Philip Fredrickson have a taste of it on one of our keto crackers that I did not make. These are the keto crackers from Costco.
They're really good.
They're good, but
they're like a wheat thin.
Yeah.
They're excellent.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Just take it. There you go. Okay. So, is it good?
Oh wow.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So this is something easy. Just throw a bunch of stuff in a little, pie plate or something and throw it in the oven for like 15, 20 minutes. Seriously, you cannot make a mistake when you cook. Randy Driscoll, she made, I think, peanut butter pie last night. Hi, Randy. So
Hi, Randy.
Randy Driscoll is an amazing singer, songwriter, award winner, wrote What Matters for the Matthew Shepard Foundation. And she and her husband, Andrew, and daughter, beautiful daughter, Skylar, live in Nashville now. And they used to live in Southern California, and hopefully we can get them back. Last night, I see that you were cooking again in the kitchen Friday night. And Andrew made a chocolate espresso martini.
Ooh, I wanted one of those.
Yeah.
That's my favorite martini.
So let's taste this.
All right. That's really good.
Is it good with the-
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So-
you have to try that.
So don't think we're going to drink all these open bottles tonight. This Sangiovese
You never know.
tomorrow is going to be paired with, I am making St. Louis. It's this big. I don't know. I'm intimidated. I got to get Chef Billy or Chef James or somebody to help me
I
figure
think the
this
rack
out.
weighs like 25 pounds.
I was literally this morning lifting it like this. So it's this giant rack of ribs. I don't like barbecue sauce. So Philip can have
Ooh,
barbecue
I love
sauce on the
barbecue.
side,
Yeah.
but like a salt and pepper rub with a bunch of herbs.
Be good too.
And I'm going to slow roast it at like 250 degrees all day. And so this wine, the Sangiovese, pairs extraordinarily well with any type of pork. Pork tenderloin, pork chops, made pork chops last night and short ribs in the crock pot we didn't even eat. We gave some over next door to our neighbor Jan. We ended up eating some of Chef K's Thai Society that we had for takeout.
Excellent.
And then tonight we're going to have miso. No, actually, we've got Penang curry.
Yeah.
And vegetables
from
Chef K, and we're going to use that and incorporate it on the black cod that we got at Mitch's Seafood, which Tommy Gomes, the fishmonger of San Diego, right?
Yes.
So it's
don't
tying
forget,
all these things together. There's so many people to support.
we actually agreed we would not drink any more of this wine than this because that's going to be our wine for the ribs.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
so
also the Barbera.
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Barbera is on Monday night. We're not going to drink.
Oh, we couldn't
Yeah,
drink 2
yeah.
bottles of wine in one day.
So tomorrow morning at 9:30 on Instagram Live, we are going to be cooking with Roberto Espinosa from Spain. So Roberto and I are making...
Your cooking show's gone international.
Yeah. So we're going to be on Instagram Live on my channel, MB Kellee or Mary Beth Kelly. I don't know how to find it, but whatever. And Roberto, it's 6:30 in Spain, and he and the family, as you guys may have heard if we have spoken to you online at any time, are in Spain for 6 months. They left December 27th and have been quarantined. And tomorrow they get out for 1 hour. 1 hour. But he and I
Starting to loosen up a little in Spain.
He and I are making a recipe called Purgatory, like this Purgatory spicy tomato thing. So I'll post the recipe if anybody wants to make it with us. And basically what we're going to do is poach eggs or simmer eggs inside this really rich, spicy, red, thick sauce that we're going to whip up. So 9:30 our time, 6:30 Spain time. And then for dinner tomorrow, we're going to make St. Louis style pork ribs that weigh 25 pounds. And we're going to have to give them out to more than just Jan, our neighbor. So
Cool.
this is our virtual wine tasting tour, 4th week.
Yeah. Here, all urban wineries. So very
Absolutely.
cool.
So remember to, I'm going to have to get up and like walk around to shut this thing off, but remember to stay physically distant while staying socially connected virtually, and stay safe. Support anybody that you can support. If you are struggling, please reach out. I know Chef Billy Butter at Surfside Deli is serving food to teachers, to anyone that works in the education field at all that's homeschooling, to moms that are homeschooling, that are working.
People lost their
jobs. Please keep in mind, there's people out there that will help you. Yesterday, Philip Fredrickson helped deliver food to some people that needed food. We just have to do everything we can while we're doing this and see the good that's coming out of this, even though there's so much sadness and hurt and you know, people losing family and friends and all of that. And Jay Rodriguez is going to do a live show. He's the Emmy Award winner from Queer Eye for a Straight Guy. He's going to do a show on Thursday next week. We have Johnny Tarr doing shows regularly. In fact, Johnny's live tonight, I think, at 6 p.m. He's from Wales. He's going to go live. Lee Coulter does a live show in the mornings, like a coffee clutch kind of thing.
Different times, too.
Yeah. So, again, there's lots of people doing lots of good things. Kitchens for Good has a show on Thursday night at 5:30, and guess who's on? Huh. Guess who?
Who?
Top Chef Brian Malarkey.
Very
Brian
cool.
Malarkey. And you can join and sign up for free. I mean, if you could donate a couple bucks to the cause, it would be awesome, because at last count, this was weeks and weeks ago, they had served over 7,000 people through the food bank food. But Tommy Gomes, our fishmonger, there'll be a mixologist. I saw the recipe.
It's always fun. Yeah.
The recipe has avocado in it.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, wow.
You're going to have to figure out how to make that drink. So virtually, and I think Brian Malarkey, Chef Brian Malarkey, who owns Urban Sea, Urban Wood, he's anime down at Pacific Gate, and he's partners with Puffer, Christopher Puffer, and Mike Mitchell is a friend of ours that knows all of them, and we all kind of met each other eons ago. But Kitchens for Good, 5:30 on Thursday. You can sign up. I can post a link too if you want to watch it, because you can watch it from anywhere. And Randy Driscoll, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. She does a live show, and I don't know. She's on show
Super fun.
5,000.
Yeah, it's a super fun show.
The longest year, April of the world.
It's got to be like 36, 7, 8, somewhere in there at this point. Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can get Chef Stefano from Piazza 1909 to teach me how to make carbonara live, and a couple other chefs. Chef James from The Huntress, I want you on my little It's What's Cooking gig. Okay? So cheers, everybody. I'm going to get up. Philip,
Have a great one.
I'm going to just... the Chickie Chews were really quiet.
They were.
Hey, little girls.
Yeah.
I call them mother cluckers, because they are. They're little mother cluckers.
Usually it's mother cluckers. Sometimes
No,
not
it's
so
always
much.
mother cluckers.